Disclaimer: the following content may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. At the beginning of the story, we are shown a 35-year-old woman named Negre Mari, who is cooking in her kitchen. Just then, her son comes in. His name is Negre Kiritaka, and he is a second-year student in middle school. After that, they both eat together while talking. From their conversation, it's clear that the mother and son have a lot of love for each other and care deeply for one another. The scene changes, and in the next scene, we see Negre being brutally beaten up by 4 people at school. Among them are 3 boys and 1 girl. These 4 bullies have tied Negre up and put a round sticker on his stomach. Whoever hits a certain number gets that many points. Just then, one of them wins, and the other 2 start fighting among themselves. In the midst of this, Nagar, writhing in pain, urinates, and it flows to the shoes of one of the boys standing there. Seeing this, that boy goes mad with anger and starts beating Nagar mercilessly. Just then, their leader arrives, whose name is Okaya Nozomo. He stops the boy and says, "Didn't I tell you not to hit him in the face?" To which the boy apologizes. Then Okaya throws Nagar's tiffin food on the ground, crushes it with his feet, and then mixes many cockroaches into the dirty food and tells Nagar to eat it. Nagar isn't ready to eat it, but Okaya angrily and forcibly shoves the dirty, insect-filled food into his mouth. The girl is recording all of this, while Nagar is screaming for help. After torturing him so much, the 5 bullies leave. After they go, Nagar lies on the ground and starts eating the food his mother had made. In the next scene, we see that the 5 bullies are now busy harassing another boy. They put a rope around the boy's neck and start to hang him. The boy is screaming when Nagari arrives and tries to save him. Seeing this, the 5 get even more irritated and get ready to torture Nagari again. The scene changes, and we see that Nagari comes home, hiding his pain with a smile. As soon as he enters the house, he sees his mother waiting with a cake because today is his 14th birthday. Seeing the wounds on his face, his mother, Mari, asks him, "Son, how did you get these wounds on your face?" Nagari doesn't want to worry his mother, so he lies. "I slipped at school." Hearing this, his mother gets worried and forcibly starts applying ointment to his wounds. While dressing his wounds, Mary tells him, "Son, I was bullied a lot in school as a child. There was no one to help me then. I was an orphan. Then my school nurse helped me and gave me support. Since then, I also wanted to become a school nurse. For this, I even learned nursing work." Hearing this, Nagar asks her, "Then why did you give up on your dream of becoming a nurse?" Mari then lovingly caresses him and says, "Because then, you came into my life, and you are the most important thing in the world to me. Nothing is more important than taking care of you." Then, thinking about his mother, Nagar cuts the cake. Seeing Nagar's condition, Mari becomes suspicious. She feels that Nagre is definitely hiding something. She tells her husband about this. Mari's husband, Nagre Taichiru, who is an inspector, doesn't pay any attention to her words. But Mari gets a hunch that something is definitely wrong with her son. At night, Nagare is playing a game on his mobile when Kawase sends him an explicit video of his mother and tells him to come to a certain place. After watching the video, Nagare understands that the video is fake. But still, fearing that his mother would be defamed, he leaves for that place. Nagare reaches the place in the middle of the night where the 5 bullies are. Their leader, Okaya, starts saying very inappropriate things about Nagare's mother and then tells him to jump off the cliff. Nagare refuses, so Okaya starts threatening him. "If you don't jump from here by the time I count to 3, I will upload the fake, explicit video of your mother." Then, for his mother's sake, Nagar jumps from there before Okaya finishes counting to 3. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see that Mari, tracking her son, reaches the same place and sees Nagar on the ground, drenched in blood. After seeing this, Mari panics and is just about to go screaming towards Nagar when a truck runs over him, crushing him. Seeing this spectacle, the bullies standing on the cliff also get scared because they hadn't thought that this would lead to Nagare's death. But Okaya, still full of attitude and without any remorse, says, "Well, at least he's free from us now." After that scene, we see that Mari is completely broken by her son's death. Then her husband comes and tells her that a suicide note was found in Nagare's shoes, from which it is clear that Nagar committed suicide. Then one day, Mari finds Nagar's diary in his room, in which he had written in detail about all the atrocities committed against him, and had also written about the daily actions of those bullies, how they had tormented him every day. There, she also finds Nagar's pen drive, in which he had recorded the atrocities committed against him, but he had not gathered the courage to report them. After seeing this and reading all their names, Mari decides to take revenge on the 5 of them. The scene changes, and we are shown a scene from 2 years later where all the children are discussing the new school nurse named Maria. She is none other than Nagar's mother, Marie, who has changed her appearance and come to the school as a nurse to take revenge. In the next scene, we see that Maria is treating some children from the school when Okaya comes there to put up a poster that says, "Say no to bullying." After that, he has a brief conversation with Maria, who has already recognized him. Then we are told in a flashback story how Maria completely changed herself to take her revenge. First, she divorced her husband. After that, she also legally changed her name in court and, after getting plastic surgery on her entire body, came to this school as a nurse where her son's killers study. And now, Maria is keeping an eye on each one of them to take her revenge. The scene returns to the present, where we see that one of the 5 bullies, Kawase, is hitting a girl and demanding 30,000 yen while blackmailing her with a video. The girl can't give him the full amount, so Kawase beats her so badly that she starts to vomit, just as Maria arrives. Seeing Maria, Kawase stops and starts acting like he's helping the girl. Maria takes the girl with her and also asks for Kawase's phone for a little while, taking it with her. In the next scene, we see Maria taking the girl, tending to her wounds, and giving her a lot of comfort, which gives the girl some courage. On the other hand, Kawase tells his gang members about all this. They tell him he was about to get caught today. Just then, Kawase accidentally says Nagar's name, which angers their leader, Okaya, who is standing there. He threatens Kawase not to say Nagar's name again and leaves. Then we are shown a short flashback where Kawase is brutally drowning Nagar in water and forcing him to bring yen. After that, Nagare provokes Kawase saying, "No matter how much yen you give Okaya, he will never care about you." This makes Kawase even angrier, and he starts beating Nagare even more brutally. The scene returns to the present, where we see that Maria has traced Kawase's phone, which has revealed all his misdeeds to her, how Kawase deceives innocent girls, takes their explicit photos to blackmail them, and demands money. He even sexually exploits the girls by blackmailing them. He is a predator who preys on girls who cannot resist him. After finding all this out, Maria hugs her son's picture and falls asleep, assuring him that his mother will definitely take his revenge. In the next scene, we see Kawase sitting in his house counting money when he receives some messages. Seeing those messages, he is stunned because they contain videos of the crimes he committed, including Nagar's video. In the next scene, we see a very scared Kawase coming to school, looking at everyone suspiciously, wondering who could have done this. Last night, he received 2 videos, and in return, a demand for 3 million yen was made. Thinking about all this, he's very frightened and is pacing around. Maria is watching all this from her room. Just then, the same girl whom Kawase used to blackmail comes to Maria. They talk, and the girl, considering Maria her confidant, tells her everything that Kawase had done to her. After this, we see that Maria puts the girl to sleep. The scene changes. We see the girl leaving when Kawase, who is wandering around, troubled, spots her and calls out to her. But this time, instead of being scared, the girl starts running. Seeing this, Kawase becomes suspicious and runs after her. He catches her, takes her to his house, and starts drowning her in water, asking about his videos. The girl replies that she knows nothing about it, but Kawase doesn't stop and starts blackmailing her. But this time, the girl musters up her courage and says, "Do whatever you want. I can't meet your demand. Upload my video, but get the hell out of my life." Hearing this, Kawase gets even angrier and starts drowning the girl even more brutally. Just then, Maria arrives, knocks Kawase unconscious, and takes him with her. The girl then wakes up and sees that there is no one around her. The scene changes. In the next scene, we see that Maria has tied up Kawase in a place, inside a cube with water pouring from above, and a knife is placed in front of him. At first, seeing Maria, Kawase thinks she is playing a prank on him, but later he understands that she is serious, and all this is happening for real. He thinks that maybe Maria has found out about his crime, so he tries to explain to her, "It's not my fault. All those girls weren't resisting me, so it's their fault. What did I do wrong?" Maria silences him and gives him 2 options to save himself. The first is that the lock on his hand will only open with the digit of the biggest crime he has committed. The second option is to cut off his hand with the knife placed in front of him and free himself. The water keeps pouring. Remembering the biggest crime he's committed, he starts entering digits, but the lock doesn't open. Finally, he remembers Nagare. He then gets lost in thought, wondering how Maria knows about Nagare. But at this moment, freeing himself is more important. He tries to remember the digit of Nagar's death anniversary, the month he died. The water starts coming up over his face. In the end, he has only one option left, and he starts trying to cut off his hand. But cutting through the bones is very difficult, and his knife breaks. He dies in agony. After he dies, Maria reveals Kawase's biggest crime was being born, meaning his birth date. We see that Kawase doesn't come to school for a few days, which gets the police involved in his case. Nagare's father comes to investigate on behalf of the police and meets Okaya. They have a brief conversation in which Nagare's death is mentioned, and Okaya behaves as if he is a very innocent and honest boy. In the next scene, we see that Kawase's other 3 gang members are talking among themselves, but apart from Kunikawa, Shikimi, and her other companion are not worried about his disappearance. Just then, Shikimi gets up to leave, saying she has to go find another prey. In the next scene, we see Shikimi in a room at the Love Street Hotel with a strange man. and she traps him in her web by talking sweetly to him. Just as they are about to get close, Shikimi's crime partner, a guy named Iljima, comes in and blackmails the boy, takes money from him, and starts beating him. We then understand that this is Shikimi's business. She first traps other people and then pretends to be a minor to take money from them. Then we find out that Shikimi has a crush on Okaya. The scene changes. In the next scene, we see Kawasi's class teacher inquiring with everyone in the school about his disappearance. While inquiring, he comes to Maria, who tells him that she doesn't know anything about Kawasi, but has heard something about the girl Shikimi in his class. In this way, Maria tells the class teacher about Shikimi's business. In the next scene, we see Shikimi angrily yelling at her friends, cursing them because her teacher just came and scolded her. Her teacher told her that someone has seen her repeatedly going to the Love Street Hotel, and Shikimi knows that no one knows this except for her gang members, so she suspects both of them. Seeing all this from a distance, Maria thinks that everything is going according to plan. The scene changes. We are shown a short flashback where we see that in the classroom, Shikimi is blaming Nagare for the theft of her gym clothes because her gym dress was found in Nagare's bag. The truth is that Shikimi herself had hidden her gym dress in Nagare's bag. After this, Shikimi asks the whole classroom, "Whoever thinks Nagare is innocent, raise your hand." No one raises their hand, and because of this, she gets Nagare beaten up badly. The scene returns to the present. We see Okaya call his other 3 members. Everyone gives their opinion about Kawase, which leads to an argument. Then Okaya says, "It's possible that he was murdered." Hearing this, everyone is shocked. Okaya tells them to be careful. In the next scene, Shikimi's gym dress is missing again, and it comes out of Kunikawa's bag, which leads to an argument between them. Shikimi accuses him of stealing her gym dress, but Kunikawa repeatedly denies it. The argument escalates so much that Kunikawa angrily kicks a chair, grabs her collar and says, "Don't you dare play the same trick on me that you played with Nagare." The whole class hears this, and then they both behave as if they were just joking. Meanwhile, Shikimi asks, "Whoever thinks Kunikawa didn't steal my dress, raise your hand." No one raises their hand. Just then, Maria enters the class, raises her hand and says, "Kunikawa was with me for a long time. He couldn't have stolen your gym clothes." Hearing this, Shikimi turns red with anger and asks, "What do you mean he was with you?" Maria tells her that she had asked Kunikawa to stay with her to discuss something, so he couldn't have stolen her dress. Hearing this, the whole class starts looking at Shikimi with suspicion. But even after such humiliation, Shikimi crazily starts accusing her other classmates of theft. Maria stops her, saying, "It's not good to point fingers at your classmates like this." This angers Shikimi, and she gets upset and leaves. In the next scene, we see Shikimi sitting in a car with her crime partner Iljima, who is consoling her. She is very angry at Maria. After that, she says to the boy, "I will do anything for you. I love you very much, but you must punish that teacher Maria for me." The scene changes. After school, Maria is going home when the same boy, along with 2 of his companions, surrounds her and attacks her. Maria electrocutes one of them and runs away, entering a house where the attackers follow. There, Maria is hiding upstairs. By jumping from above, she electrocutes the other guy and knocks him out. Just then, the crime partner, Iljima, attacks Maria, knocking her down, and Maria faints and falls right there. The scene changes. We see Shikimi carefree in her house when she hears a sound. She thinks it's her mother and asks, "Mom, is that you?" But it's not her mother. It's Maria, who knocks her unconscious, takes her to a deserted place, ties her mouth and hands, and hangs her over a box filled with insects. She then places a candle under the rope. Shikimi, while hanging, thinks about who this woman is and why she's doing this. After this, Maria tells her, "The boys you sent couldn't do anything to me." Then we are shown a short flashback. When Iljima had beaten and caught Maria, she started kissing him. The kiss was so intense that Iljima became infatuated and fell for Maria's words. Maria took him to a nearby hotel and tied him up. Then, in the present, we see that just as Maria had given Kawase a chance to save his life, she gives a similar chance to Shikimi. She places a mobile phone in front of her and says, "I am giving you a mobile. You can message any of your acquaintances in 1 sentence and call them here for help." Shikimi looks and says, "But there's no SIM card in it." Hearing this, Maria tells her she has placed the SIM card in a box between sharp knives. "If you want," she says, "you can take it out with your mouth." We are then shown that last time, Shikimi had done something similar to Nagare. Thinking this, Shikimi asks Maria, "Who are you? How do you know what happened to Nagare?" And she understands that this is none other than Nagare's mother. But knowing that the rope is about to burn from the candle, Shikimi starts trying to get the SIM with her tongue. This injures her mouth completely, and blood starts coming out. But somehow, she manages to get the SIM card and starts thinking about whom to message. There is no point in messaging her 2 foolish friends. She thinks of messaging Okaya, but then she remembers that she has never had a proper conversation with him. So she messages Iljima, who replies with abuses and tells her not to message again. Maria then tells her that she had provoked Iljima Iljima by showing him a fake Twitter account of Shikimi, in which his videos were uploaded, and told him how Shikimi was defaming him behind his back. With this, Shikimi's last chance is over. Maria tells her, "Now your chance is over. I knew that you would choose your profit partner over your friends, so I had already incited him against you. Goodbye." Shikimi falls into the pit where poisonous insects attack her, and her end comes right there. In the next scene, we see that after Shikimi's disappearance, a new officer, Taiju Reiji, is appointed for the investigation. He learns about Shikimi's involvement in the Love Street Hotel business and suspects her boyfriend Iljima, who is also missing. He also starts connecting this case to Kawase's disappearance because Kawase and Shikimi were classmates. After that, the inspector disrespects Nagare and orders him to stay away from the case. Then we are shown how much trouble Inspector Nagare had to face 2 years ago after his son's death due to the fake suicide note found with him. People in his own department started looking at him with contempt, and he barely saved his job. Along with this, Nagare's wife left him. We are shown that Nagare tried hard to stop her, but Maria was completely broken by her son's death, which is why she left. After this, to save his job and regain his lost respect, Nagare remains involved in the case despite the investigation officer's orders and reaches Shikimi's school to make inquiries. There, he meets the principal and Shikimi's class teacher and asks them, "Did you already know about the rumor of Shikimi's involvement with the Love Street Hotel business?" The principal denies it, but her class teacher, whom Maria had informed, says, "Yes, someone told me about it, but I couldn't stop Shikimi by paying attention to her. If I could have stopped her, Shikimi would be alive today." Hearing this, Nagar tells him not to regret it, asks for his help in the inquiry, and asks, "Who told you about this rumor?" At first, the class teacher hesitates because Maria had told him not to reveal her name, but then he reveals the school nurse, Maria. Then Nagar asks, where would that nurse be right now? After this, in the next scene, we see Inspector Nagar going to Maria's room with the class teacher, but Maria is not there. A man tells them that Maria has just gone on vacation. The scene shifts, and we are shown Maria disposing of Shikimi's body and thinking to herself, "I have eliminated 2 of the 5, now only 3 are left." Maria had chosen these 2 first because they both could run away, but none of the remaining 3 are the running type. Maria also guesses that Okaya is very clever. It's possible he has already figured out that someone is killing his friends and is ready to strike back. In the next scene, we see Kunikawa brutally beating one of Shikimi's gang members and inquiring about Iljima, but the gangster tells him that he knows nothing about them. He has already separated from Iljima, who used to work with Shikimi. Hearing this, Kunikawa gets emotional and starts crying, saying that the girl was his friend. He is about to kill him when Okaya arrives, stops him, and explains that there is no point in killing him. He has already investigated everything and knows that this gangster or Iljima had no hand in Shikimi's death. It's possible that some of their old enemies are behind Shikimi and Kawase's deaths, and my first suspicion is on Nagare's parents. In the next scene, we see Maria sitting in her house thinking that it's been a week since Shikimi's murder, and so far no one has found any clue. But for Maria, there is one cause for tension: Iljima being alive. Maria had caught him and was about to kill him, but later she let him go, thinking that this guy had nothing to do with her son's death. But now, the worry of him being alive is bothering her. Before the police catch him, it is necessary for Maria to reach him. Maria thinks that since the day she killed Shikimi, Iljima has not returned home, perhaps because he thought that through the investigation of Shikimi's death, his own crimes might be exposed. Thinking this, Maria reaches the club where Iljima used to come every week for his business dealings. She is searching for Iljima when Kunikawa sees and recognizes her. Maria is shocked to see Kunikawa. He grabs Maria's hand and asks her, "What are you doing here?" But Maria, without fear, turns the question back on him. "I am an adult, but what are you, a minor, doing in this club?" At this, Kunikawa, doubting her, asks, "You don't seem like the type to hang out in clubs, and you were the last one to talk to Shikimi that day, weren't you?" Seeing him doubt her, Maria thinks to herself, "If I lie to him, he will become suspicious of me." Thinking this, Maria starts acting emotional and crying. She tells him that on the day Shikimi was being accused of stealing gym clothes, she said a bit too much to Shikimi. She thinks that it is because of her behavior that Shikimi is not with them today. So to correct her mistake, she is trying to find her. While crying, she blames herself for the disappearance and says, "I came here to find her too." Seeing her crying, Kunikawa melts and apologizes. Just then, Kunikawa's eyes fall on someone who looks like Iljima. He runs and kicks him in the back. Then, upon seeing his face, it turns out that it was some other boy with a similar hairstyle. Just then, Maria comes to intervene and asks Kunikawa what he knows about Shikimi and Kawase. He tearfully says, "They have both been killed. That's all I know." Hearing this, Maria is shocked and wonders how he knows this. In the next scene, we see Kunikawa, who could go to any extent for his friends, lose control. He starts fighting with the people in the club like a madman, which makes Maria worried. She thinks, I came here to find Iljima, but because of this, if someone calls the police, it will be trouble. Just then, Inspector Nagari arrives and tries to catch Kunikawa, who sees him and runs away. Nagari chases him but falls because of the crowd. His partner helps him up, and Nagari asks if he saw a lady with Kunikawa. The assistant denies it and says that they have found Iljima's whereabouts. In the next scene, we see Maria taking a bath and getting worried seeing her ex-husband there because she realizes that he had also come to find Iljima, which means he is becoming a thorn in her path. The next morning, the news reports that the body of a 25-year-old man named Iljima has been found on a mountain road. He has been killed. We are then shown that the investigation into Iljima's death is going on in full swing. It is found that Iljima was murdered a week ago, on the same day that Shikimi disappeared. Also, he was last seen on a CCTV camera at 9 p.m. From the evidence of crimes found at his house, it's assumed he had many enemies. Nagare is connecting the clues of the entire case with his fellow inspector. On the other hand, Maria is also thinking about this case. She did not kill Iljima, and from Kunikawa's reaction, it is clear that the Okaya group has no hand in his death either. So who killed him? Maria thinks that although Iljima could have many enemies because of his business, his death happening at the exact same time as Shikimi's cannot be a coincidence. She understands that someone is definitely keeping an eye on her. On the other hand, we see Okaya thinking about the case with his two friends. Okaya uses his brain and understands that this is not the work of the killer who murdered Kawase and Shikimi. Because if that killer was behind this, he reasons, the body would not have been found so easily. This is definitely the work of another party. The scene shifts, and we see Maria being happy about Iljima's death, considering that it has benefited her. Otherwise, if the police had caught him, he would have told them everything about her. Then she thinks, but whoever killed him must have seen me fighting with him last, and they will definitely try to contact me at some point. At that moment, the victim girl whom Kawase used to blackmail arrives and asks to tell Maria something she had hidden from everyone for a long time. This makes Maria suspect her, wondering if she killed Iljima. It's possible, she thinks, that she saw me taking Kawase and has been following me ever since. But the girl tells Maria that on the day Kawase disappeared, she was also with him, so the police might hold her responsible for Kawase's death. This makes Maria understand that she has no hand in all this. But then Maria realizes that a victim who has endured much abuse can also become a murderer, and her gaze falls on her son Nagar's diary. The scene changes. We see a guy arguing with a counterboy about points. That counterboy, whose name is Yuda Akihiko, is about to cut the guy's throat but controls his anger and apologizes. Just then, Maria arrives and says to Yuda, I need to talk to you about Iljima's death. The boy smiles, understanding that Maria has caught him. The scene shifts, and in the next scene, we see that Yuda and Maria are sitting in a car. There, Yuda asks Maria how she found him. Maria explains that only one person could truly benefit from Iljima's death, Maria herself. But only a person who is also a victim could provide such a benefit. Besides, Maria had read Yuda's name many times in her son Nagar's diary, about how the bullies used to trouble Yuda and how Nagar kept saving him. After that, Maria had seen Yuda in his school uniform following her on CCTV footage. From this, she understood that the one who saved her by killing Iljima was none other than Yuda. Then Maria asks him why he did it. We are then shown a flashback. We see how Nagare and Yuda were very good friends, and Nagare repeatedly saved him, but Yuda couldn't help him at all. In fact, he ran away every time there was trouble. On the day Nagare died, he understood that somehow he too had a hand in Nagar's death. Nagar had sacrificed himself for him. After that, when he saw those 5 monsters happy, he decided that he would make himself strong and take revenge on them for his friend Nagar's death. In this way, he started keeping an eye on the 5 of them and chose his first victim, Kawase, whom he wanted to kill brutally. But while keeping an eye on Kawase, his gaze fell on Maria, who was kidnapping Kawase. This was the first time he had seen Maria. He further explains how he then followed Maria and found out that she was none other than Nagare's mother. Since then, he started keeping an eye on Maria. One day, when Maria had let Iljima go alive, Yuda felt that this might become a problem for Maria later on. So he followed Iljima, killed him, and disposed of his body. After telling the whole story, Yuda asks Maria to include him in her plan for Nagare's revenge. In response, Maria tells him, I have recorded your entire conversation, and this is enough to frame you for all the murders. So get out of the car quietly. Yuda again asks Maria to include him, but she forces him out of the car. Maria doesn't want to put the person whose life her son always saved at risk by involving him. In the next scene, we see Kunikawa and Okaya talking. Kunikawa says to Okaya, if you think Nagare's parents could be behind our friend's murders, then I will go to his house today and search it. Okaya tells him not to, but he doesn't listen. reaches Nagare's house, and starts searching. We then see someone watching Kunikawa go inside. That someone is Yuta, who is about to record the act and send it to Maria when he sees that Inspector Nagare has returned home, which means Kunikawa can now be caught. In the next scene, we see Kunikawa hiding as Nagare is about to find him. It occurs to Yuta that if Kunikawa is caught, they will never be able to get their revenge. Thinking this, Yuta throws a stone at the window to save Kunikawa and divert Nagare's attention. Kunikawa is left wondering who could be helping him. If it were my friends, Okaya, or Ajiki, he thinks, they would not have come with their faces covered. But before figuring that out, Kunikawa attacks Nagare to save his own life. Nagare defends himself and throws him down. In the scuffle, Nagare's family photo falls into Kunikawa's hand. He breaks it, and taking advantage of this weakness, Kunikawa overpowers Nagare and starts beating him mercilessly. After beating Nagare badly, Kunikawa tricks him and runs away. After jumping down, his eyes fall on Yuta, who had saved him by throwing the stone. Yuta sees him and starts running, which makes Kunikawa suspicious, and he gives chase. But Yuta escapes and reaches a place where he starts drinking water calmly. Just then, Kunikawa arrives, beats him up, and takes him to a deserted place. There he asks him, "Who are you?" To which Yuta replies, "How can you forget me?" Kunikawa, ignoring him, says, "Whoever you are, you saw me there, so I have to silence you forever." He is about to kill him when Maria arrives in a car and hits Kunikawa hard, causing him to get injured and faint on the spot. In the next scene, we see Kunikawa tied up without clothes, with marks on his body. In front of him, Maria stands with a bow and arrow, ready to hunt him. In the next scene, we see fireworks going off in the sky as Kunikawa lies injured and tied up in front of Maria. She tells him that the time for his death has come and then shows him a video of her son Nagare, in which Kunikawa was tormenting Nagare. Seeing this video, Kunikawa understands that Okaya was right. Nagare's parents are taking revenge on them, but his attention was only on the father. He had not thought about the mother. Thinking this, Kunikawa starts speaking ill of Nagare, hearing which Maria shoots an arrow into his mouth which goes right through it. After that, Maria explains, "As long as these fireworks are going off, you have a chance to escape. If you stay alive until they are over, you will win." Hearing this, Kunikawa starts running towards the jungle. He makes a plan. Maria will think he is running away, but he will trick her. While pretending to run, Kunikawa will attack Maria and take revenge for his friends' deaths. On the other hand, Maria also anticipates his plan. In the next scene, we see Kunikawa biting the arrow stuck in his mouth, taking a piece of it to untie his hands. Maria is looking for him, and he is hiding behind a tree. He attacks Maria, but she suddenly turns and shoots an arrow into his ear, pinning it to the tree. But Kunikawa is not one to give up so easily. He cuts off his own ear and starts running again, reaching a house, which he thinks he has been to before. The scene shifts. We see Okaya and Ajiki at a location. Okaya starts to leave, so Ajiki tells him to stop. But Okaya says, "I messaged Kunikawa 30 minutes ago, but he hasn't read it yet. This means he's probably been caught." At this, Ajiki gets angry. "We told him so many times not to take risks." Then Okaya tells him that the police haven't caught him. "The GPS I put in all of your phones shows me that he is in some jungle." Then they both leave for that jungle. In the next scene, we see Okaya and Ajiki in a car, talking about Nagare while heading towards the jungle. On the other hand, Kunikawa enters the house he had been to before. Then we are shown a flashback. We see that Kunikawa had come here with Nagare. Here, Kunikawa had set a condition for Nagare. "If you can run and escape from me for 30 minutes, I will return the game I took from you." We see him run after Nagare to beat him, while Nagare, to escape, hides here and there in the house. In the present, Kunikawa is in this same place again with Nagare's mother, where he had tormented her son. Then we see a sudden explosion, which injures Kunikawa and throws him far away. Maria arrives and, seeing her, Kunikawa starts running even though he is injured. But Maria is not going to let him go so easily. She pierces his entire body with arrows, which have electric wires attached. She starts giving him electric shocks. Kunikawa screams in pain and, while screaming, thinks that if he doesn't pull out these arrows, he could die. Thinking this, he pulls the arrows out from his entire body, eyes, chest, and legs. After that, Maria comes with a chainsaw to cut his body. As soon as Kunikawa sees the chainsaw in Maria's hand, he starts seeing Okaya's face in Maria's. Then, we are shown a flashback from 6 years ago. A teacher is brutally beating Kunikawa for his mistake, which Okaya sees. He says to Kunikawa, "If you want to take revenge on this teacher, then come and meet me tomorrow." When Kunikawa goes to meet Okaya the next day, he sees the teacher kneeling without clothes in front of Okaya. Okaya tells Kunikawa to take his revenge, and Kunikawa beats the teacher severely. When Kunikawa has had his fill, Okaya tells the teacher to bring nude photos of his daughter. We then find out that Okaya has a video recording of the teacher taking explicit photos of some girls. With this recording, Okaya blackmails him and forces him to bring nude photos of his daughter. The teacher begs him, but Okaya does not relent. The next day, news spreads throughout the school that the teacher has committed suicide. After this, Okaya and Kunikawa become good friends. Then, in the present, we see that this is why Kunikawa was seeing Okaya's face in Maria's, because Maria, like Okaya, is crossing all limits to get her revenge. Maria starts cutting every part of Kunikawa's body. Kunikawa, writhing in pain, begs for his life, but Maria shows absolutely no mercy and cuts off every one of his limbs with the chainsaw. In the end, she asks him, "Tell me, what fun do you people get from harassing others? I tried your methods with your two friends, but I didn't get any pleasure out of it." But Kunikawa cannot give any answer because by now, he has died in agony. Just then, we see that Okaya and Ajiki, tracking Kunikawa's phone, reach the jungle. In the next scene, we see Maria and Yuta sitting in a car talking. Yuta happily says, "Finally, you killed him with my help." But Maria tells him that she had planned to kill Kunikawa after the summer holidays, but because of Yuta's foolishness, she had to kill him ahead of schedule. Just then, Yuta gets a call from his mother, who tells him that Okaya and Ajiki have come to the house to meet him. Hearing this, Yuta is flabbergasted and starts thinking about how they found out about him. We are then shown a scene from a little while before. Okaya is standing outside Nagar's house listening to people's conversations, and he finds out about Inspector Nagar's divorce. It then occurs to him that Nagar's father is still in the police, so it's possible his mother is doing all this, and someone is helping her. But who could be helping her, he wonders. He starts thinking about Nagar's friends, and Yuta comes to mind. He then explains to Ajiki, "Before we track Kunikawa's mobile, we will go to Yuta's house. If Yuta is involved, it will be very easy to reach Nagare's missing mother." The scene shifts. We see Yuta crying and begging in front of Maria to save his mother. But Maria tells him, "I am not a god who can save them, nor is Okaya a god who can kill them. Only you can save your mother, and for that, I will just teach you how to fight." Maria further explains that Okaya thinks he is a criminal, which is why he went to his mother's place. His mother is not a captive right now. If Okaya becomes convinced that you are a criminal, he will take your mother captive. Therefore, all you have to do is not let Okaya believe that you are guilty. On the other hand, we see Okaya and Ajiki sitting with Yuta's mother, waiting for his call. Just then, Yuta calls and makes up a false story, which Maria texts to him, and he relays it. He tells his mother, "I have set out on a tour of all of Japan with some friends, and won't be able to come home for a few days." At this, Okaya tells him to send photos of himself with his friends so that his mother doesn't worry. At this, Yuta, again seeing Maria's message, says that they are all victims who have been bullied in the past, so they are living while hiding their identities. If I leak their photos, their real identities will be revealed and they won't let me stay with them, so I can't send photos. But if you want, I can call you every day and tell you that I am completely fine. Hearing this gives his mother some peace of mind, and she becomes happy, thinking that her son has moved on in life. But Okaya doesn't get any clues from here and leaves with Ajiki. After leaving, Okaya and Ajiki are talking. Ajiki asks how he believed his story so quickly. Okaya explains, "If we had threatened or scared his mother, our true nature would have been revealed. And if Yuta was guilty, the mastermind would have finished him right there, and we would have gotten into trouble for no reason. So there was no point in threatening. Now we have to find the mastermind who is getting all this work done with Yuta's help." From the story he told, it seems to me that Nagar's mother is behind all this. And to reach her, I must meet one person after the summer holidays. The scene shifts. We see Yuta thinking that because of Maria, he saved his mother's life from Okaya. But now, the lie he told about the tour of Japan might get him killed, so it would be better if he disappears for a while. Just then, the car stops at Maria's house. She tells him, "Until everything is over, you will stay with me." And hearing this, Yuta is shocked. In the next scene, we see Yuta taking a bath at Maria's house. Maria comes and calls him to eat. While eating, they talk, and Yuta assures Maria that from now on, he will not use his own brain to take revenge or try to help her. Then Maria tells him that if he wants to support her, he can do it in one way, and asks him to learn hacking. Maria gives him information about hacking systems and provides him with all the necessary books and equipment. Seeing this, Yuta becomes very happy and immediately gets to work learning. Then we see Maria, thinking that she has put Yuta to this work so that he doesn't feel like a prisoner and try to run away, allowing her to execute her plan properly. After this, Maria starts thinking about her ex-husband, Inspector Nagare. The scene shifts. We are shown Inspector Nagara in the hospital. The case's investigation officer, Taiju, has come to meet him and starts questioning him. Inspector Nagare cooperates and answers all his questions, telling him everything about Kunikawa. In this conversation, Inspector Nagare tells him what he had to endure after his son's suicide, and that he suspects these people had a hand in his son's death. Hearing this, Taiju says, "Your thinking is wrong. What would the police get by saving the Okiya gang?" Then, we are shown Officer Taiju reporting to his chief inspector. He tells her that Kunikawa was not seen in any CCTV footage. The lady chief inspector, Shijuka, tells him that Kunikawa's phone has been traced, and by following it, they will reach him. She then explains, there is peace in Japan because people are afraid of the police. If it gets out that the police are being fooled by some high school kids, then the fear of the police will vanish. That's why this case must not be leaked to the public. We are then shown that this chief inspector is none other than Okaya's mother, Shijuka, who is listening through an earphone and just following Okaya's orders. In the next scene, we are shown how Okaya gets everything he wants by forcing even his parents. But even knowing that their child is a devil, his parents love him and agree to fulfill his every whim. The scene shifts. We see Maria waking up in the morning and coming out of her bedroom to find Yuta already there. He tells her that he has completed the work she gave him ahead of schedule. Hearing this, Maria is surprised, but then it occurs to her that Yuta has always been a brilliant student academically, which is why he learned and completed the entire hacking program so quickly. But now, Maria will have to involve him in some other work. Then Yuta asks Maria, "Can I help you take revenge now?" Maria can't think of anything else, so she asks him to help with her household chores, telling him that to take revenge, a healthy mind and a healthy body are necessary. "If you want," she says, "you can help me maintain my lifestyle. This will be a great support." Yuta agrees to this as well. Then, after the summer holidays, the new school term starts. Maria comes to school where a boy comes up to her and says, "I am very excited to work with you, Maria." This boy is none other than Okaya himself. The scene changes. We are shown that preparations for the cultural festival are underway at the school, in which all students are participating for enjoyment and fun. Maria also meets other students and encourages them to participate. Just then, Okaya comes to her again, and then, with Ajiki, convinces Maria to play a game. In this game, Okaya tries to interrogate Maria to get useful information, but Maria foils his plan with her answers. In the next scene, we see the school director receive a threatening letter stating that 2 bombs have been planted in the school. "If you want to defuse them," it reads, "then resign from the position of school head immediately." The school director does not take this letter seriously. The next day, Maria comes to the school director's office, where he is counting donation money. Just then, she finds an envelope of donation under the table with no name on it. As soon as she opens it, a loud blast occurs. But this blast is not dangerous, but rather just made with firecrackers. After this, the director tells Maria about the letter. Reading it, Maria is surprised and starts thinking whether Okaya is behind it. Then Maria sees there is also a note with the envelope, with clues to the bomb's locations written as a riddle. Just then, the vice principal comes into the room. Maria explains to them that this bomb matter should remain between the 3 of them, and says that they will split up, go to different places according to the clues, and find the bombs. The 3 of them leave. Maria, who knows Okaya's personality, understands where the bomb would be. He would have placed it on the 2nd floor of the stage, where the program is going on, wanting to watch his entire plan unfold with his own eyes from his VIP seat above. Maria reaches the bomb. To defuse it, she has to cut the wire of a specific color, which will reveal her secret that she is Nagar's mother. Now Maria has 2 options. Either consider this bomb as just a firecracker and keep her identity hidden, or cut the wire and reveal her identity. Just then, Ajiki runs away. Seeing him run, Maria understands that this bomb is real. She decides that for her personal revenge, she will not put so many people's lives in danger and resolves to kill Okaya on this very day. We are then shown a scene from a little while before, where Okaya, Ajiki, and Okaya's mother, Shijuka, are making a plan to catch Maria. Shijuka tells Ajiki, "As soon as it is confirmed that Maria is Nagare's mother, come and report to me, and I will arrest Maria." Ajiki asks her, "But if we do that, Maria will also expose our crimes because she has all the proof." But Shijuka explains, "No, Maria won't be able to do that, because we will take her husband, Inspector Nagara, hostage in the hospital." On the other hand, Maria decides that after cutting the wire, she will kill all 3 of them one by one. But just then, Ajiki shouts that the whole plan is ruined, because we see that Inspector Nagar has come there to help his ex-wife and cuts the wire. Then, in the next scene, we see Inspector Nagari ordering the bomb squad to be called. Maria is confused about whether Nagar has recognized her or not, because she has had extensive plastic surgery. In the next scene, we see a meeting between Chief Inspector Shizuka, Inspector Negare, Maria, and the school director. The director, to save the school's donations, lies that this whole bomb drama was a part of the school play, which the police ruined by intervening. It was just a program. Inspector Nagar then takes the entire blame on himself, saying that he called the bomb squad without double-checking and relied on false information. At this, the director gets furious and shouts at him. Then when Inspector Nagare asks him to write a victim impact statement against Kunikawa, the director becomes quiet for fear of the school's reputation and agrees to cooperate with the police. On the other hand, Maria is still sitting quietly, thinking whether Nagare has recognized her. The scene shifts. The cultural festival has ended, and all the students and staff are preparing to write their wishes on lanterns and release them into the sky. There, Maria and Inspector Nagar meet again. Maria gets emotional seeing the wedding ring on Nagar's hand because after her son's death, Maria had divorced him, but Nagar had not forgotten her yet. Somehow, Maria composes herself because she is still not sure if Nagar has recognized her. On the other hand, Ajiki, seeing Okaya roaming around carefree, is angrily thinking, looking at Okaya, who can say that his plan has just failed? His 3 friends are missing and he couldn't catch the main culprit, yet he is roaming around so carefree, as if he doesn't care about anyone. Just then, Okaya comes and meets him. Ajiki thinks to himself, I don't believe in prayers, but I believe in you, Okaya, and if you betray me, I will kill you. Then everyone writes their wishes on their lanterns and releases them into the sky. On Okaya's lantern, it is written, I wish I get another chance to torture Nagare. On Maria's lantern, it is written, I wish everyone's prayers are answered. We see that a few weeks after the cultural festival, Maria and Inspector Nagar are talking. Maria tells him that she is going to Kyogokujima Island for 3 days with the school trip. Nagar asks her, if you need protection, should I also come with you? Just then, a student comes there, who tells Maria that he is not feeling well. As soon as Maria comes to check him, he pulls out a knife and says, if I don't kill you, my family will be killed. Inspector Nagare is also watching all this. The scene changes. We see Okaya and Ajiki walking down the road, talking about the trip, when another student comes and attacks them with a knife. Okaya escapes, but the knife goes straight into Ajiki's stomach. Then we see Maria, who convinces the first student that nothing will happen to his family, because Inspector Nagare will catch the people who forced him to do this. The boy then tells them that a few days ago, he got a work-from-home job offer in which he had to do some work. He put his personal details into a link, and now they are blackmailing him and telling him to do this. Hearing this, Maria starts thinking about who could be behind this. It can't be Iljima's gang, she thinks, so only Okaya could do this, forcing some student to kill me. Maria is just thinking about Okaya when he comes to her with the injured Ajiki and that student and asks her to treat Ajiki. Maria then finds out that a similar attack was carried out on Okaya by a student. In this attack, Ajiki is not seriously injured, but after this, Maria can't understand who this third party is that wants to kill both her and Okaya. We are then shown that this is the work of the Japanese Yakuza gang. The head priest is yelling at his man for the failed attack, and then the head of the operation is revealed to be none other than Ajiki himself, who had ordered the killing of both Maria and Okaya. We then see Ajiki's grandfather, the head priest, forbidding him from going on the school trip, but their assistant, Saiki, explains to them that there is nothing to worry about. The whole island is under their control. He then tells them about the entire place from the hotel to the beach, which is all under him. On the other hand, Okaya's mother, Shizuka, also takes a vacation to go to the island for her son's protection. She is preparing to leave when Okaya expresses his anger over the plan's failure. He is also annoyed that this Yakuza gang has interfered in his and Maria's game. Then he says, I am also tired of Ajiki's friendship. We then see Maria telling Yuta to go home, hearing which he is shocked and understands that Maria's plan was never to include him. But Maria explains that right now everyone is going on the trip, and Maria might be attacked there because the island belongs to Ajiki's family. Therefore, Okaya's attention will not be on Yuta right now, so this is a good opportunity for him to go home and explain everything to his mother. Yuta is not happy, but he still agrees to go home. The scene shifts, and we see the school's ship reach Kyogokujima Island. There, Saiki welcomes everyone and gives them information about his hotel and all the places on the island. In the next scene, we see Maria inspecting the entire island from the sea beach. On the other hand, Okaya is surfing, where his mother, Shizuka, is also present. Okaya then comes to Maria and asks her to surf with him, so that she doesn't get suspicious and everything seems normal, Maria also goes surfing with him. There, Inspector Nagare is also surfing and tells Maria that he learned surfing to impress his wife on their honeymoon. Then, Saiki goes to the school director, who is his friend, and who is thinking about Maria. Then we see Ajiki, who is busy with his food in the hotel. In the next scene, we are shown that at night, Nagar and Maria are sitting by the pool, talking. There, Nagar is getting sad, talking about his son and ex-wife, and Maria is consoling him. Just then, the school director comes and sees them, starting to feel jealous as they get close. They are just about to kiss when Saiki's thugs arrive. We are then shown a scene from a little while ago where Saiki is discussing the plan with his thugs and tells them about their targets, which include Okaya's family, Inspector Nagar, and Maria. They come to the conclusion that first, they will kidnap Maria and Inspector Nagare, and after that, they will finish off Okaya and his family. The scene returns to the present. In the dark of night, Seiki's thugs are approaching Maria and Nagare wearing masks. They hear their footsteps, and Inspector Nagare turns on the flashlight on his phone, which shines in the goons' eyes, blinding them. Just then, from the pool behind them, Saiki grabs Nagar with a rope. Nagar kicks him away and tells Maria to leave. But Maria also gets ready to fight, saying that someone close to her had already trained her to fight. We then see that Nagare and Maria beat up all the thugs, taking them down one by one. Seeing this, Seki also understands that it is not so easy to catch these two alive. The scene shifts. We see Ajiki and Okaya lying on the bed in their room. Ajiki is thinking about his plan, and Okaya is looking at something on his mobile. Seeing this, Ajiki asks Okaya what he is looking at. He shows it to Ajiki, who sees that Okaya was looking at Nagare's photo. Then Okaya says, "This insect died too soon. I wish I could have tormented him more," and then warns Ajiki not to get in his way. From this, we find out that Okaya knows about Ajiki's true identity, that Ajiki is the mastermind behind all this. Just then, Saiki arrives and attacks Okaya with a knife, but Okaya saves himself by holding up a book and pushes him away, running into the island's restricted area. Ajiki then gets angry at Saiki. Saiki tells him that Mariah and Nagare are very strong and difficult to catch alive, so he thought of finishing off Okaya first. He then tells Ajiki to kill Okaya with his own hands, which Ajiki agrees to, and they both set out to hunt Okaya in the restricted area. So this video ends here. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe.